Okay, well, I just bought this 2020 Honda Civic Si. It's used, it has 55,000 kilometers on it. It was a leased vehicle. It was on the road for 2 years prior to now in Nova Scotia, Canada. And so there's salt on the roads. It is, a nasty environment. However, I've had this thing up on the hoist and there's no rust under it, which is odd for Atlantic Canada. So I think the person probably just drove it in the summer, maybe. Anyways, I will probably also try to drive it in the summer or dry weather. However, I am going to, since it has no rust and it's been dry for a very long time and it's bone dry underneath, I'm going to undercoat it. In order to do that, I'm going to remove the trunk panels so that I can get in the inside of the rear fenders, and I'll remove all the wheel well liners and all the shrouding underneath and the rocker covers. So here I go. My first trick was to remove the wheels. Second trick, remove the rear wheel well liners. And so that's what it looks like in there. And I'll be spraying like crazy. I didn't remove the rear bumper. However, there's pretty good access up in here to spray the rear steel part. Careful not to get it on the exhaust, of course. And it's a warm area anyway, so water will evaporate readily. There's hardly any rust on it. That's a good area to get in up beside the rear bumper, where there's metal. And also to spray things like this, like the lower, what is that, lower swing arm or control arm or whatever that is. And the framework, the frame rails, that kind of thing. So this is the driver's side rear wheel arch. And to get up all in there, I'm going to use Rust Check, the green stuff, or amber I guess it is, for underbody panels. Oh, I also removed the rocker panel guards or shields, and so this is just the metal part. Careful when you can look on YouTube how to remove all these things. Careful when you remove the plastic fasteners. It appears on YouTube as if they all come off right easy, but they don't. Also, there's the underneath. I've removed the plastic guards, and to spray all of this with amber is wise. And there's the front, well, frame sub-assembly, I suppose, or the, I don't know, the thing that carries all the steering components. So spraying that, as well as getting inside it, is important. Here's the front with the wheel well liners removed. So in case you've never seen it with the wheel well liners removed, that's what it looks like. Also, you can get in beside the fender a little, well, in behind the wheel well guards and behind the fender a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. And inside the frame rail there. Now, places where they rust, this sort of torque box, or whatever you want to call that, the bits of tin that are all in around behind the front wheels, that is a rust area. And so you want to get lots of undercoating on the outside and the inside of that area. Also, let me just go to the back here. On the metal parts of the fender, this area right here is a rust-prone area. And so you want to get inside that, behind there. Also, this whole area here is a rust area. And not only there, but on the inside and in behind here as well. So that's in front of the rear wheel. And in reality, there are 3 layers of metal here, of steel here. There's underneath the plastic cover, there's the first layer, there's an inner rocker, and then there's a rocker liner on the inside as well. All 3 of those layers should be coated both sides. And there's behind the, I can't reach it and show you, but in behind this is also, that's metal there, that's the plastic bumper. And so that's an area that you want to get inside from the trunk. So the idea of this wand is that with the 1/4" tubing, I can get inside all the little holes like that and spray inside the frame rail. And inside a hole like that one. Whoops. Get right inside and, go nuts. Spray as much as you can. Also, on the rockers, it'll go inside places like that, and that goes way in there. And then up in here as well. Right there. And just get as much as you can. You can take out these rubber plugs. There's a rubber plug right there. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a little bit of coating on it. But just pry it out if you want to. If you don't have a 1/4" nozzle to get in there. And on places like this, that's on the inside of the rocker, you can get into holes like that for the inside of the rocker, or up in here for this area, like that. And let's see. And stuff like that. You can get it right inside it. And this is the red rust check that it's quite runny. And so you could use used engine oil or stuff like that. And you can get it right up inside there like that. That's the whole idea of this 1/4" tubing, is that I can get inside these little holes. Now that thing there is a rubber cover. If you don't have a 1/4" nozzle like this, you can pull that rubber cover and get in there a little bit at least. But I can get in right inside the little holes like that with this thing. So I highly recommend one of these. And then you can get inside all these things and inside the frame rail there. Get inside those holes. And on this sub-assembly thing, now there's a little bit of surface rust on there already, but even brand new cars have that. Get inside them as well, and up in any of these little holes. And so get inside with the red stuff, do the outside with the amber stuff, and be careful not to get it on the brakes. And if you do, you should wash down the brakes, both the pads and the rotors, with brake clean. Okay, well, it's done. Yeah. Remember to keep it away from the brakes. Of course, I sprayed the brakes down with brake cleaner afterwards anyways, but keep the brakes dry if you can. I sprayed the outside and the inside of the rockers. It is very gooey under here. I sprayed all of that stuff. I don't know if you can see how shiny it is. Not the engine, of course. Not the exhaust, of course. Keep that dry. And try and stay away from this side as best you can. There's a belt in there, the serpentine belt. And so, yeah, avoid that. Also, avoid all the brakes. But other than that, it's pretty gooey under here. Lots of undercoating. That shine is because of the undercoating, of course. Keeping away, I did all the flat parts of the floor, but I kept it away from the exhaust. And I tried to do the control arms and stuff like that in the back here, just because they do rust, and I don't want to replace them. Rear wheel arches. And I went inside the wheel well and sprayed outwards towards the outer edge of the fender, just to try and prevent those. And a little bit got on the exhaust right there, but that's not bad, and it will burn off in very quick order. The rest of it, though, I kept it away. There. All done. And I got inside the trunk too, inside the wheel wells, on towards the outer part of the fender, just to make sure that I would get that. But I didn't do too much in the wheel wells really, like from in the trunk.